Yep, sure. Thanks a million. Andy, look, first of all, 7 changes. Obviously, it's quite a lot in terms of just trying to get the balance of it right. Can you just talk us through kind of where the big selections were for you?
Well, obviously, there's some guys that are coming back in. Some guys that's played a few more games now under the belt that are playing a bit of form, and some guys that deserve a chance as well. So, all in all, we feel that this is the best side for this weekend against Italy.
Can you talk us through Craig Casey's development and how likely it is that we're going to see him making his debut this weekend?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, he's like a sponge, you know. He's at the front of the class, you know, with his notepad the whole time, taking absolutely everything in, and his attitude, like I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, is infectious. But I was very impressed with his mature attitude in the sense that he would have been upset, and rightly so, for not getting any minutes in what he thought was going to be his debut against France. But then he goes back to Munster and dusts himself down and plays really well in poor conditions in Edinburgh. So we're really looking forward to him. Well, obviously, you can't promise anything in this world, can you? You know, it's certainly an international sport, but if he gets his chance, he'll certainly be ready.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks.
Hi, Andy. It obviously shouldn't fall to any one player, but with Jordan Larmour in there, will that help with kind of getting more creativity into the team?
Well, you know, as coaches, for as much as you try and put a plan together or give them some little bits of different intricacies within the play, etc. You know, I've been around long enough to realise that good players and dangerous players can make something out of nothing as well, and certainly Jordan's one of those.
Are you confident it will all click on Saturday?
Well, you're always confident through the preparation that you have, you know. But like any game, Sinead, that you come up against, certainly at international level, you know, there's pressures from both sides, and you know, Italy are playing pretty well, you know. For anyone who knows anything about the game, you know, they'll analyse their game. They're moving in the right direction, you know. So they'll have a say in this game as well. So we're going over there with the right attitude, you know. We're going to respect the game, respect the Italians, but hopefully we can put our stamp on it as well.
Andy, Michael Corcoran here. With an all-Leinster backline from 9 to 15, is that a slightly different approach? Are you expecting, or are you hoping to run the ball more and kick it less?
No, Corky, we play the game as it is in front of us, you know, made the right decisions hopefully along the way, and like I've said before, you know, I never look at a team sheet and say how many's from any province whatsoever. You know, it just so happens that this is the right team for this game this weekend.
And can I ask about your impressions of Italy in their opening 2 matches? I mean, they've been pretty good for decent periods of both games.
Yeah, I suppose when you hear some reports and you look at a couple of score lines, then you can make it out to be something that is completely not. You know, in the French game, I thought the French were very clinical. You know, Italy, obviously first game of the competition, Italy tried to show the brand of rugby, like an expansive game, etc. And France doing what they do, good set piece, good territory, good kicking territory type game. And then trying to hit them on the counter, and they had you know, quite a few chances, but they converted most of them, so they was very clinical, you know. And then I thought Italy certainly improved the week after. I thought the English found it tough for them to break down, and they've got some really dangerous backs, you know, strong, fast, dangerous backs who like to play in an expansive way. So again, we have to go over there with the right attitude. And a couple of years ago, I didn't feel we got the blend right over there, and it came across as sloppy at times. Last year at the Viva, I thought our attitude was spot on, and hopefully we can do the same in Rome on Saturday.
Thanks, mate. Have a good trip.
Cheers.
Andy, how are you doing? Who was ruled out of your squad by injury this week? Who was ruled out of the team from the squad this week?
Well, we made a decision on Connor quite early because he's still got a few days to go, but he's progressing well. So we made a decision early there with him. So he hasn't done that much training this week, and obviously Caelan and the obvious guys that sit outside the squad as well.
Okay, and what was your thinking on? There's a couple of, like, Keith Earls has missed out, Rob Herring's missed out. What was the thinking in those kind of tight selections?
A few combinations that have been together for quite some time now. Obviously, the front row has changed, but the three that come in, they've been working together in training for the last 3.5 weeks. So there's some continuity in that regard there, and we feel that Ronan deserves a start. His attitude has been first class in training, etc. He's played well when he's come on, and this is the game for him to start. It's not to say that Rob Herring's not been playing well neither.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bradley Tagburn in at 6. How does that change things for you in terms of options?
Well, he's been playing really well. Whether it be in the second row or at 6, he's been playing well and deserves his chance again in the starting side. He adds on both sides of the ball, but set piece wise, along with James Ryan and Ian Henderson, the three of them have been pretty strong in the line out as well.
I'll jump back in if nobody else is there. Sorry. Andy, can I ask you about Johnny Sexton's comments during the week? What you made of them? First kind of saying, I might not be around, and then maybe rowing back on it. What are the conversations in the background with him? Because I'm sure there's obviously a difficulty there in Johnny's trying to sort out his own future, and you want to plan around a person in a team as well.
Oh no, there's no difficulty from my point of view, and I'm sure there's not from Johnny's point of view as well. Conversations are going on in the background, and both sides are happy with those conversations. So it is what it is, Johnny keeps being his brightly self during the week, and he's certainly been at the forefront of what's been a great week so far this week.
But are you desperate for him to stay on until 2023, Andy?
Desperate. Look, as long as Johnny keeps on giving to Irish rugby, obviously he'll keep putting his foot forward to be in the equation, won't he? He feels good at this moment in time. His appetite's as strong as ever. He's certainly one of those guys that makes the feeling in the group feel right, and as long as that appetite stays, I'm sure that we'll keep moving in the right direction regarding that.
Hi Andy. You've already spoken about Italy, but there's been a lot of talk about their future in the competition, whether there should be a promotion relegation playoff. Given that if you win on Saturday, that will be their 30th consecutive defeat in the Six Nations. Do you think they're good enough to stay in the Six Nations long term? And what are your thoughts on the situation? Well,
I certainly feel that they're good enough to stay in the competition long term, because I can see the progress that Franco's making with them. I think they're certainly heading in the right direction. He's a newish group there that he's starting with again, which takes some time, and he's already seeing the fruits of that. So I think they're strong. I think they're going in the right direction, like I said, and with different combinations that take time to gel, they're only going to get better.